Up next on UTRGV TV, coronavirus infections continue to rise, but dozens have recovered. We have the latest on how Hidalgo County is contributing to improved health conditions. Plus, we have information on what's different about the UTRGV Summer Relief Package from other types of aid. And a UTRGV student, also a local musician, expresses his thoughts on the COVID-19 situation through a song. We have this and more. UTRGV TV starts right now. Welcome to another edition of UTRGV TV. I'm Juliana Quiroz. Today is Monday, April 20th. Many reported deaths due to COVID-19 and hundreds of cases across the Rio Grande Valley, which is why we continue to ask everyone to stay home and stay safe. At the top of this week's newscast, while the number of coronavirus infections in the RGV continues to rise, dozens of once infected people have recovered. We spoke with the Hidalgo County judge about how the county orders are contributing to improved health conditions. Rocio Villalobos has the story.
As of Monday, April 20th, at least 42 out of the 261 individuals testing positive for COVID-19 in Hidalgo County have recovered, meaning after being diagnosed, they have not had symptoms for 10 days or a fever for 3 days. County Judge Richard Cortez says this high recovery rate is in large part due to the county's orders prohibiting non-essential activity and mass gatherings, adding many are still not taking the virus seriously enough.
There's still a lot of people that think that this is not a danger to us. They feel very annoyed and very disappointed that a lot of their freedoms have been taken away from them. What they don't know is that I believe that we're doing well because of the precautions that we took, of the controls that we put in place.
3 people with pre-existing health conditions have died in the county after contracting COVID-19. Judge Cortez says the next couple of days, now through Sunday, are crucial to determining when the valley will hit its peak of positive cases and then be able to begin to recover.
If there isn't a drastic change to the number of infections, then we think that we're going to hit a peak period maybe as early as the end of the month. But it could be maybe in the third week of May. That's kind of what we're anticipating.
He adds he's been having meetings with local leaders to discuss when and how to begin reopening businesses and assures it's going to be a slow process to protect the health and safety of the community.
I think it's going to be difficult for us to go back to mass gatherings, to things of this nature. So we're going to have to get ready for a new normal, a new norm.
Reporting for UTRGV TV, Rocio Villalobos.
Financial relief was made available to students on April 10th who will be enrolling in the summer 2020 semester classes. Elizabeth Mendoza has more on what makes this aid relief unique.
With the coronavirus slowly shutting down the economy, thousands of college students are left trying to make ends meet and pay the bills. Here at home, UTRGV has provided students with financial relief for those enrolling for summer 2020 classes. It's called the Summer Relief Package and can cover up to $1,000.
We know that students are facing many challenges, and so these various programs are to directly help students stay focused on their education and ensure that they receive funding support from the institution, as we know that many of them and their families have been impacted financially.
In order to qualify for the Summer Relief Package, a student has to be enrolled in at least 6 hours for the summer semester. This aid is allowed to be split between Summer 1 and 2. Castilla adds if a student recently accepted a loan before the aid was made available, they are able to make a return and apply for the relief package. A loan is allowed to be returned at any point in time if they are not needed, or if a student only needs a small percentage of that loan, they are able to keep what they need and return the rest. She says existing grants for the summer will be subtracted first from the student's account and the summer relief package will cover the remaining balance.
This program does not look at need. Any student that enrolls with us during the summer will be able to benefit from this program. It's available to everyone. We want to make sure that we help our entire student population and those within our community that are wanting to begin or continue their education if they're.
Some who qualify for the relief package are those who have always paid out of pocket, as well as graduate, international, and transient students.
We understand that they are going through some difficult times right now. I think we all are, but our goal at UTRGV is to provide opportunities for our students, and we strongly feel that the summer tuition relief program will help alleviate some of the challenges that they're facing right now.
For more information on the summer relief program and how to apply, you can visit the UTRGV website. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, Elizabeth Mendoza.
The RGV Toros are doing their part to help the community, partnering with organization Amigos del Valle. Victoria Cantu reports.
The RGV Toros are supporting local charities throughout the month of April and are donating a percentage of merchandise proceeds to organizations and their community during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are partnering up with Amigos del Valle, a nonprofit organization helping low-income families and assisting the elder populations during this time. We spoke to the president of the RGV FC Toros, Ron Patel, to get more information on these donations.
So we saw an opportunity during this pandemic that, how can we help give back to the community? Where can we put funds like this to good use? And we thought, well, how can we impact those that are a little elderly that we don't want leaving their places of residence? So we came up with Amigos del Valle because of what they do, the great work they do in getting meals out to those folks and making sure they stay safe.
He says the amount of proceeds donated coming from their first ever online store is still under discussion.
It's exciting. I realized we didn't have an online store, so it's been a project we've been working on. Well, how can we do something with this store that also gives back to the community?
More than 4,000 seniors in the Rio Grande Valley depend on Meals on Wheels now that many adult daycares have shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Amigos del Valle will be continuing to serve meals during the pandemic and emphasizes the need for volunteers for their services. You can visit advrgv.org for more information on becoming a volunteer. If you wish to donate to the organization by purchasing RGV Toros merchandise, visit www.torosteamstore.com. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Victoria Cantu.
UTRGV's Baptist Student Ministry, better known as BSM, is now offering drive-through free lunch at their BSM Global Blends Cafe. This information coming from a UTRGV press release last week. The BSM volunteers are asking customers to sign up on its Facebook page that you see on your screen in order to have a count of how many free meals they'll need for the day. The cafe will also be open from noon to 2 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, drive-through only. More than $200,000 were awarded through the UTRGV Student Emergency Fund in the span of 2 weeks. Because of uncertain times like these, this fund is assisting students with food, childcare, housing, utilities, and laptop expenses. All students need to do to apply is send in documentation and a reason for the request for funds. We will have more information on our website on how to apply and make a gift to the fund. You can also email give@utrgv.edu or call 956-665-5301. And here's this week's UTRGV TV's Noticias en Español.
El coronavirus lentamente ha cerrado la economía. Miles de estudiantes universitarios se quedan tratando de llegar a fin de mes y pagar sus cuentas. Aquí en casa, UTRGV ha proporcionado a los estudiantes con confianza financiera cuando llegan a inscribirse para las clases de verano 2020, llamándose alivio financiero.
We know that students are facing many
Sabemos que los estudiantes están enfrentando desafíos y por lo que estos programas son para ayudar directamente a los estudiantes a permanecer enfocados en su educación y asegurarse de que reciben apoyo de la institución, ya que sabemos que muchos de ellos en sus familias han sido impactados financieramente. Para calificar para este alivio financiero de verano, un estudiante tiene que estar inscrito en al menos 6 horas para el semestre de verano. Esta ayuda se permite ser dividida entre el verano 1 y 2. Castilla agrega que si un estudiante acepta recientemente un préstamo antes de que la ayuda sea disponible, pueden hacer una devolución y aplicar para el alivio financiero. Se permite que un préstamo se devuelva en cualquier momento si no se necesita o si un estudiante solo necesita un menor porcentaje de ese préstamo, pueden conservar lo que necesiten y devolver el resto. Ella dice que los estudiantes que ya recibieron becas para el primer verano serían restados de su cuenta y el alivio financiero de verano cubriría el saldo restante. Este programa no busca necesidad. Cualquier estudiante que se inscriba durante el verano puede beneficiarse de este programa. Es disponible para todos. Queremos asegurarnos de que ayudamos a nuestra total población de estudiantes y a los que se encuentran dentro de nuestra comunidad que quieren comenzar o continuar con su educación. Para obtener más información sobre el programa de alivio financiero y cómo aplicar, puede visitar el sitio web de utrgv.edu. Reportando para UTRGV Noticias en Español, Kenia Correa.
Now to this week's police reports. A U.S. Border Patrol officer finds a 50-pound bundle of marijuana in the wooded area off campus south of the Vaquero Plaza in Brownsville. That bundle was discovered after Border Patrol agents arrested a man from Mexico at the intersection of U.S. Highway 7783 and University Boulevard. A U.S. BP agent said the man was seen carrying a bundle, but was not carrying that bundle at the time of the arrest. The encounter is still under investigation. For this week's final report, a local musician in the Rio Grande Valley has expressed his thoughts on the prejudices that have risen towards Asian Americans since the rise of COVID-19. Our reporter, Verilu Infante, has the story. Verilu?
Padini Paolo Santiago is a theater major at UTRGV, a student whose passion is not only found in playing a role in the show, but in a different type of craft and performance.
I am so in love with your mascara.
Santiago says he has been making music since he was 12 years old. He tells us musicians like Paul McCartney, Alex Turner of Arctic Monkeys, Frank Ocean, and Kendrick Lamar inspire him to create music that is genuine to his life and values. His most recently released song, titled Isolation Summer, was inspired by what he calls the emotional honesty of missing someone during the COVID-19 quarantine.
I miss my girlfriend so much. I miss my friends so much. And all I can do is sing about how I miss them. I can't break any rules and see them because I know that would be a endangerment for everyone else.
He states that though he misses his loved ones, he feels privileged to be able to write the song.
I understand that there are people who are dying, their families are sick. Some people have lost their families and they can't hold funerals. They can't have weddings. I personally didn't have a birthday, but that's nothing compared to what other people are going through.
He also used this song to express the growing discrimination he has both experienced and witnessed towards the Asian American community, which he identifies with.
I started seeing people look at me differently, or if I coughed at me weird, and they were just like they left areas. I was different and I had different customs, which means I was definitely a target for their prejudice that's what hurt, is as soon as you could point a finger at me, you did it. And that was so crazy.
Santiago says he hopes that people facing this type of prejudice during this moment of crisis can understand they are not facing this alone.
Understand that you are not silent and we are not deaf to your cries. We understand and we stand with you. We don't stand against you.
Santiago's band Honeyflowers is set to release a new single on Spotify in about a month, titled Yellow Boy, which he states is framed as a love song, but can also be viewed as a song about discrimination towards Asians in the music and entertainment industry. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, Verilu Infante.
And before we go, we want to take the time to thank all those healthcare workers, food service workers, law enforcement, journalists, and everyone else out there putting themselves at the front lines in this situation. We sincerely thank you, and we know this is a difficult time for everyone, but please continue to stay safe and healthy. Have a great week, and until next time.